All right, back from vacation. We're back on the Zephyr. Got a little something on my shoulder there. We're still in the workshop. He's been watching, keeping guard the whole time. 2 weeks out in the desert, little sunburned, humid here compared to there. Anyway, had that little time lapse you just saw. Got this radiator mount set up. We did the live and I was fiddling around with this. I came up with a concept, so you may have seen that. If not, you're welcome to review our live video. It's stored in the tab that says live. Took this 1/2 inch square 16 gauge tube, made some up and down sides, and as usual I'm running low on material, so I used some round stock for the bottom. That's what we're going to mount to the car today. And then I did a crossover. This flat stock 1/8 inch that I had, so 4 1/4 bolts for the moment. There'll be 8 total with some rubber isolators, you know, just something to stop it from squeaking should it shake. So 4-core Mustang 2 style radiator, but this one's built for hot rods, for V8s. That's what we got. It fits the Zephyr grill perfectly. And what we're going to do today, short and sweet, to the point. I'm going to cut these bolts back. We're going to mount this. Get that in frame. We're going to weld this to the car, put some upper brackets on there, and then it will be secure. All right. I don't have my glasses cam today, but this is what I mentioned. A little better close-up. You got the flat stock on top. You got some bolts, and you got a crossover round tube, and that is lower in the car than the aluminum because we don't want that touching anything. It'll cause that to fatigue and fail. So you can see there's a little bit of space in there. There'll be some, probably a little rubber hose strapped over that. And then that's going to go in here in that little high-speed setup you saw. I already had this angle iron in place. That was a temporary thing, so I thought, but it's doing a good job where it is. So to further mount that radiator, I'm just going to get creative with this, and I'm going to make a better, more secure front cross member, and then put it together. A lot of times in these cars, you know, you'll see that V there on the firewall, but a lot of times there'll be these rods that go straight back. So I think for the look, that's what I want to accomplish. I don't think I have the material, but we'll definitely get something set up. All right, so what I was describing, what is existing, was this angle here. So let me just weld this up. Hopefully I don't shift the camera. Bear with me if it shifts. So I thought that I could just mount that radiator bracket to this, but I want it a little bit forward of this peak here, and just, I think the cross member would benefit from being a little bit stronger. So what I was going to do is, you got the very front of the chassis here. I was going to try to pick off of that like so. So it's at the same height as this, but you can see it's just a little bit stronger. It's a bigger setup, you know, across the surface here. And, you know, the weight difference, it's not going to affect it. So I'm going to weld this in as well. A bit odd of a choice there, but I don't see any downside to it. You're not going to see it. It's very strong. It's at least 2 inches across this way. You know, your front cross member for the chassis is really offering a ton of support. But this, to where the bumpers come in, you know, offers a little bit more. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, now I'm going to drop this down, and you'll see how this round tube is going to match up with the very front of that. The idea with it moving as forward as possible is so that there's ample room for the mechanical fan. I don't want to run a electric fan if I don't have to. So to get that sitting, I'm looking on this side of the radiator, getting that perfectly lined up. The car is fully dropped on its airbags. So I'm looking at the pulleys and I'm trying to keep, this surface here parallel with the front of the pulleys. That looks about right. So let me reach down and just try to snag a quick tack here. Tack here. Cool. Yeah. So that looks decent. There'll be enough room for like the slimline fan in there. Let me get my helmet, some glasses, and try to stick it a little better. I wish I had my glasses cam at this point because you'd be able to see a little bit from my vantage point, but let me try to point at this. So yeah, here you can see the edge of the round tube meeting that angle iron. That's what I'm getting at. Just pinning those together. Right. One more time from my vantage point. Just trying to keep, the line of the pulleys parallel with the surface of the fan. That way the angle of the fan, if this was to shake or something, it's like one side of the fan wouldn't cut, It's going to be as big a fan as I could fit in there. So the more parallel that is, the closer we can get the fan to this, meaning better draw. And then, of course, later we're going to create these shrouds, top and bottom, and then from the side as well, to keep that fan. Well, we want to keep the fan isolated to the radiator core for its drawing of the air, and then we want to keep this side of the radiator, capped to the grill so that we don't get any recycling. We don't want any of the hot air coming back in. Remember the louvers and the fender wells? That's right. We're talking about moving the air in there and hopefully out the fender wells, because with the car being lowered, you really run out of room down through there where the rest of the air would go normally. It's going to be exhaust manifolds going down through those areas. So yeah, that's what we're up to. So right now only the bottom of the radiator is situated, so it won't move this way, but it'll do that considerably. And that's what we don't want happening. We don't want that hitting the fan. So on each side of this, the framework that I built comes out a bit. So you know what? There are bolt holes on both sides right here. We can make a flat tab that comes in and bolts right to that. Let me see if I got a hardware that'll fit that. I'll be right back. So I don't have the fine thread bolt that fits this, but I have a coarse thread, so it at least will touch and hold for the moment. So what we're gonna do is build something out of this flat stock. If I'm coming across this surface, right? So where the bolt mounts, you want this flat up against that, right? But it's got to turn this way to reach the radiator. Let me do one quick check with a straight edge to make sure that this is parallel. I'm putting this on the pulley itself. Yeah, cool. And then, yeah, it looks like this. Gotta come that way just a little bit. Yeah, right there. Yeah, that looks cool, just like that. As I was saying, this is going to go flat against the area where the bolt goes through. Then, we're going to want this to bend. So, hopefully this is registering. What I'm doing is, this is at an angle that's coming to the top of the bracket here, top of the radiator. Then I'm coming vertical with the marker what that's ending up with is, you know, not a 90-degree angle. It's this where it's going to get bent. So I think I'm going to go bend that. I'm going to leave that phone right there because that angle's perfect. So I'm going to put this in a vise and just hammer this to a 90-degree bend, but at this angle. So hopefully that clarifies. You know, this is coming slightly upward towards the top of that radiator, and then that is coming through. So that way we get the proper what? The proper angle on the dangle, I assume. Yeah, just like that. Cool. All right, so that's gonna work. Just going to cut. It's a little bit of gap. I came up a little short, but if I cut that bottom notch off there, I'll be able to weld all that together. Just gonna hit that in the Beverly shear because that could nip it off no problem. Yeah, cool. That works great. And now for the hole, right there. I'm going to drill this oversized. That way we have a little bit of wiggle in the jiggle. All right, cut that off on the Beverly shear. And that can just hold it in place. We got a good set on that. Yeah. And I wish I had my glasses. You get a perfect witness as to what's happening here. But I'll come back with the camera and show it close up. Yeah, I don't know what these threaded inserts went to. Maybe it was part of the radiator support, but it's working out perfect for this. Yeah, I could drop that right into place. Look at that. All right, let's slide over to this side and make another one. All right, same story over here. Take that bolt out. I'll bring this. Hope I'm not blocking the whole thing with my big old head. This is flat up against the surface of the inner fender well where that bolt mounts. And this is coming up. You get that to that height. Then I'm going to come vertical with the same situation. See, it's not square. It's not square with this edge. I'm going to go hammer that. Same idea. This is coming against here, flat. It's going. Yeah, it looks like I could relax that angle a bit. Be right back. Yeah, cool. So I'm gonna bring this from here to there. I'm gonna trace this. So you see it's coming up, up, and that angle matches the bracket I made. Try that again. Yeah, cool. I could totally weld that. Now, make our hole. Yep, there. That. Yeah, right there. That'll be that. Cut off there. See what I did? Just made a cross mark. Hole there. Cut off the excess. All right. So this is what we end up with. Another bracket, mirror opposite of that one. Again, these are just coarse thread bolts, so I can't get those in 100%, but yeah, that'll be cool just like that. All right, so this is what we end up with. That bolt will attach this flat to the support of the fender well. And you know, I'll trim that up, make it a little bit cleaner looking, but that's a good mock-up. Holds that radiator where it should be. And I just want to say one thing about the welding. Maybe Jamie can brighten this up. So this side, you see it's kind of globby. There's a lot of like that fuzz, you know, that dirt surrounding the weld. Because I had the wire speed too low on this. So it was creating a large drip. You know, I was being a little hasty. So it was too hot and the wire speed wasn't fast enough. So it starts to drip down at the bottom of that. In comparison with this one, you see the beads are better formed, not so much dirt. So it's not just evaporating steel, but all in all, you know, we're parallel with the pulleys. The front is going to be very easy to make the air sealed. You know, we're going to seal up these sides back in there and then make a shroud once I get the fan. The radiator hose is on the proper side, top and bottom. It's the forward, so they're both over there. Those hoses are just connected so the fluid doesn't come out. But whew, that's where we're at. Man, we were out in the desert for 2 weeks. There's no humidity. I come back here, same old story. Either way, Zephyr is one step closer. Radiator's there. Maybe I'll work on that tomorrow again. We're gonna pull the engine, mate it to the trans, finish the welding inside. But for now, you know, mechanically it's getting there. Radiator, engine, etc. See you next time.